Hi everyone, my name is Sheila Tuptim. I am a chairperson and Founders Club member in RX, and I want to talk about the stuff that really doesn't get talked about. So this talk is for all my pregnant and breastfeeding mommies out there, and even for women who are preparing for pregnancy. I got pregnant back in 2013. I had a beautiful daughter. Her name is Sophia. She is now 3 years old and we are expecting our second child. I just got into my second trimester and we're expecting baby early 2018, so we are very excited. So this passion of mine really didn't come about until my first pregnancy because I was so set on going down the path that society deems as normal. And it really wasn't until I started to do my research and understand why we do certain things and how things became the way they are now. I'm telling you, my mind was blown. For instance, why do babies sleep in cribs? I mean, I know that sounds like a stupid question, but really think about it. Where did babies sleep and how did they sleep prior to the invention of cribs? I know today we see cribs as a designated space for baby, right? Or we see it as a space to give mommy and daddy space. Or we see it as a way of instilling independence in baby, so weaning off baby from mommy, because in society both mommy and daddy have careers and have to go to work, right? But did you know that the most comforting sound to a baby is mommy's heartbeat? Because that's what they heard for 9 months in the uterus. So putting a baby in a deep, comfortable sleep requires feeling mommy's warmth and hearing mommy's heartbeat. It's such a beautiful thing. So that's when I discovered the term co-sleeping. And I know some are for co-sleeping and some aren't, but guess what? I am not here to debate that. I just want to share some of the things that I learned because I'm pretty sure most mothers like myself weren't aware of these things. I mean, another example is the position of a mother when she's birthing in a hospital room. You would think that is the ideal position for birthing a baby, right? But actually, it is the ideal position for a doctor to deliver a baby, not so much for the comfort of the mother. In fact, the position actually decreases the pelvic outlet by 30%. So it puts pressure on mommy's tailbone and it hinders the descent of baby. So these were the type of things that I wanted to understand and learn, not for my sake, but for the sake of my daughter. And now I know there's like so many people who are pregnant. I mean, every time I log onto social media, I see a new pregnancy announcement, whether it's from friends or family, friends of friends, friends of family. So I felt compelled to make videos and share the things that I learned. And you know, it really doesn't matter what society says or even what I say, but I don't think there's anything wrong with doing your research and getting educated, and then from there, making the choice that you feel is right for your baby, right? So, to kick off my first video, I decided to talk about a subject that should concern all pregnant and breastfeeding mommies out there and women who are preparing for pregnancy, and that is supplementation, like prenatals. Most physicians do not support supplementation, and the only time they encourage it is when a woman is pregnant. But not all supplements are the same. What I'm gonna be sharing with you is drastically different from what you could buy right off the shelf or let's say order on Amazon, okay? And so I wanna share 3 things to look out for when finding the right supplements. Now there's really a lot of things you should look out for, but I don't wanna bombard you all. So I'm only gonna cover 3 things. The first is potency. Most nutritionals on the market are dosed at RDA levels. That's recommended dietary allowance or recommended daily allowance. Now the problem with that is the RDA standards were established back in the 1960s. So I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that our environment has changed so much since then. I mean, for one, the diseases they faced back then aren't the same diseases that really concern us now. Second, our environment is not the same. It's more polluted, whether it's the air we breathe or the water we drink, right? And third, our food is just not the same. Due to high commercial farming, a lot of farmers no longer practice proper crop rotation. And what's the big deal about that? So for those who don't know what crop rotation is, it's planting a certain crop in a soil And after that crop is harvested, planting a different crop in that soil to replenish all the nutrients that the previous crop depleted. Well, the issue now is that farmers are just planting the same crops on the same soil year after year after year. And so what does that do to our foods? Our foods have become so highly nutrient deficient. So we can't get all our nutrients from foods anymore. So when you're looking for proper supplements, you want to look for potency and make sure that they're dosed at ODA levels. That's optimal daily allowance, and no longer the outdated RDA levels. So that's the first thing to look out for. The second thing is bioavailability. What does that mean? That is the ability for a supplement to be absorbed by our bodies. I mean, what's the point of having a remarkable supplement if our body cannot dissolve it and extract the nutrients from it, right? There was a study done by the University of Maryland where they looked at 9 prescribed prenatal vitamins. And they weren't really concerned with what was in the vitamins. They wanted to see how they dissolved. Well, out of the 9, only 3 dissolved properly. So bioavailability is a very important factor to consider when you're looking for supplements for you and baby. Now, the third thing is raw ingredients. Not all raw ingredients are of the same quality. So I'll just give an example. Let's say I am a US company and I need to source mushrooms. I can get mushrooms from Japan, or I can get mushrooms from Minnesota. I don't know, I'm making this up. The point I'm trying to make is most companies, they look at cost and they look at profit, and sourcing the best raw ingredients may not be their top priority. So when you're looking for supplements, you want to make sure where are the raw ingredients coming from and how are they manufactured. Okay, that's very, very important. Now let's talk about prenatals. Most prenatals on the market are your average multivitamin with added folic acid. Now ladies, I don't know about you, but if I am growing another human being in me, I'm gonna need more than just your average multivitamin, right? So what I used during my first pregnancy, and currently in this pregnancy, is the Nutrify line. And it's this right here. Let me see. Right here. And I know you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, Sheila, that is too much supplements. Well, girl, let me tell you, there is not a magic pill that can contain all the nutrients that you need for you and baby's development at ODA levels. Because if there was, it seriously would be a huge horse pill. So I want to talk about what all of this does for me and the development of baby, but I'm not going to cover it now because it's going to get too lengthy. So I'm going to do another video and I'm going to talk about what I'm taking and why I'm taking it, what it's doing for me, what it's doing for baby, and what makes it different from everything else out there on the market. So look out for that video, okay? Well, I hope that the information I shared was helpful, and I wish all my mommies a healthy pregnancy and of course a healthy baby. All right, everyone, take care.